Hi, Rob, and first of all, thank you for agreeing to come on the show and finding time to share some Montreaux information with myself and the listeners.
No, it's great to be on. It's a great show, Dan, and I really enjoy it.
Thank you. So, what I'd like to talk to you about is basically the reunion and what's been happening in Montreaux up until now. But firstly, could you just give us an overview of the origins of the band?
Yeah, sure. We're all from Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
We're all of us were playing in local bands and different bands in the 70s. And I joined them. I just went to audition for this band called Montreaux in a pub called the Gifford Arms in Wolverhampton.
Right.
And the band was Patrick Hatfield on keyboards, Mario Janoski on guitar, Andy Harper on drums, and Paul Hodgson on bass. And they'd had a couple of singers who didn't work out, but this great big 6'4" maniac went in, and we seemed to hit it off, and we have done for the last 35 years.
So, what year did the band form then?
The band formed in 1981.
Right. Okay.
And that was, and we played for 81, and we split in 84. But during that period, we did, it was great. 83 was a good year for us. It was the start of a massive interest in rock in Wolverhampton and all around the country, and we did well. We started off as most do, rehearsing, writing our own material, which is obviously expected in those days, playing our own instruments. We played small gigs, little pubs where there was more on the stage than in the audience, the usual thing we can all relate to. Build up an audience over time. The press were on our side in Wolverhampton. And then we found we were playing bigger venues and, working with people like Palace, Groundhogs, Stray. We eventually played the Marquee during 1983, and I thought, crikey, here we go. Top of the pops.
Brilliant.
But, there you go. And we found we were back in Wolverhampton again, playing the small venues, and eventually we split in 1984, thinking we were going to get somewhere, and we didn't. But we shouldn't have quit, but we did.
So, you quit in 1984 then?
Yeah.
So when did the reunion take place then?
Well, we never lost contact. We were lifelong friends, which is fantastic. And we did form another group after Montreaux called the Diamond Dogs from Wolves, who did quite well. But we've kept in touch ever since. And, we decided that we had to make some money, so we all got jobs, proper jobs, and but still that passion of music, still getting together, still saying, we must get back together again, and, the usual things over 10 pints. Yeah. And then in 2018, I think it was 2018, I received a message through Facebook from a guy in Greece saying, did you used to be in Montreaux? And I thought, well, okay. So I said, yeah, why? And he said, well, we're really interested in groups from the 1980s, English groups, seeing new wave of British heavy metal, or little as I call it. And then he said, I'm putting together an encyclopedia of all the groups that I can think of. Can you send me a bio of the group? So I thought, crikey, absolutely, So I sent him a bio, and he said, can you send me, have you got any music? And I said, well, I've got a demo tape with a live concert on it. It's been in my cupboard now for 35 years, so I can send you some off that electronically. He said, that's cool. And then he said, I like that. Would you be interested in, if I passed it on to this record company, a chap called George? And I said, nothing to lose. He loved it. He loved the track Flashlights. He said it was the best song he'd heard from that era, which kind of was cool, just a demo. And lo and behold, an album came out in 2019 called Night of the Hunter, which features 3 demos and a full live concert, which we did at Wolverhampton University in 84. Brilliant. And so that kind of sparked us to think, come on, and there's lots of all these other groups we got to know. And then eventually we've started rehearsing, and lo and behold, we're near the end of finishing our first proper studio album. The lineup's changed slightly. Paddy, the keyboard player, and Mario, the guitarist, couldn't commit to it because they just haven't got the time with work and all the rest. But we were lucky. We were introduced to a fantastic guitarist called Mark Smith, or Smithy as we call him, is an amazing guitarist, composer, arranger, he's a producer, an engineer, you know, he's all in one. But mainly he's a really great guy, and he just fitted into the group because we're all nice people. We get on socially as well as musically. And he's brought a new dimension to the group. You know, it's a lot more melodic. It's a lot more current. And I think it's a lot more grown up what we do now, but we'll see. We'll see. So we're nearly finished that now, and we're hoping to get some kind of a deal to get it distributed all around the world, and hopefully people will like it, and we're definitely going to play some gigs next year as well. We were booked at the Meerfest Festival, which is with people like Grim Reaper and all that, so that's cool. So we're really excited, you know, we're playing, we're writing, we're rehearsing when we can, and it's a brand new start for us. Sure.
I'm now going to play I Want More.
Okay.
Can you just tell me what the inspiration for the song was?
Well, it's funny, it's a song that, I don't know, it's the one song that's a proper rock song. It's one that I would have liked perhaps years ago, like a Stones kind of thing, you know. It's all about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's what it's all about. And it's about you're not born bad, but, you know, these things come along where you might be tempted. And in this song, this character is tempted all over to do these things. And if you listen to the lyrics, I find them quite amusing. You know, I think it's a tongue-in-cheek song, but it's a good old-fashioned rocker.
misbehave. But drink, women, I'm enslaved. Desire to kill. I want more. 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 Keep me on the floor. Keep me to the floor. I want more. I want more. I want this. I want more. 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 Keep me on the door. Keep me on the door. I want more.
This year has been a total wipeout of live gigs, you know, as everybody knows. I suppose what it has done, I suppose the only saving grace for musicians is it's given them a chance to be writing and recording when they had the opportunity. And obviously, yes, Mearfest. Mearfest is planned for next October, the first weekend in October. And like you say, you're on the bill with some fantastic bands. Now, wasn't that long ago Bryne asked you to take Molly on a tour around Wolverhampton? I'd just like to have a little bit of information about that, if I could.
Well, that was an honour, you know, for people who want to find out more about this, you know, obviously go to mearfest.org and it tells you the story of this incredible couple, Brian and Claire Mear, and lost their baby stillborn and all the misery and the upset. But out of adversity, they built up this amazing charity called Mearfest, which was through rock music, and they put on a festival every year. They sell things, they go on sponsored this, sponsored that, raffles. They're amazing people. All the money goes to, I think it's called SANS. It's a charity for, you know, stillborn, to support people with stillborn and children with disabilities. It's amazing. We're so proud to be involved with it.
Yeah.
And because we couldn't tour, Brian and Claire said, well, we'll send the backdrop, Molly's backdrop, which has got a handprints on it, which is used for gigs. We'll send her on tour, a virtual tour. Yeah. And we had the honour of taking her in first. So we got the backdrop, we took her around Wolverhampton, we showed her the Golden Palace, you know, not the restaurant, the football ground. Yeah. We went all around and ran on the horse, took her to pubs, God knows what. Some great photographs, met some amazing people who were interested in what we were doing. Just keep it going. And then we took to the recording studio and we did a little performance, which we recorded and we put it on Facebook. And sent it to Brian, and then it's gone off now to other places. It's gone off to Derby, and then up north, and it's gone to Scotland, and apparently all around the world. And it's eventually going to end up back in Wolverhampton the week before Mearfest, and we're going to take it to Mearfest. So it's really exciting. It's really, you know, really worthwhile getting involved, and it makes it so worthwhile to know you're doing something. It's going to be obviously very positive for people.
No.
So yeah, that was cool.
That's right. Brilliant. No, brilliant. I mean, obviously with the gig, the Mearfest plan for October. I mean, I've spoke to one or two bands now who I think they're just going to come bursting out the blocks, you know.
Yeah.
Because you've not been able to perform. I would imagine that this is just going to be something to really savour, you know.
I think so, yeah.
And are we likely to hear some of the new tracks?
Oh, gosh, yeah. I mean, you know, we're getting some feedback of people who who like our stuff. You know, there's at least 3 of them, and and you know, they're nice people, and they're asking for tracks from our original set. And we're definitely going to play 3 or 4, which obviously will include Flashlights. One which is going down quite well at the moment is Master's Plan, which I think you played on your show recently, and it went down quite well, which is a live performance. We're going to play that. And we're going to play, 3 or 4 or 5 off the new album to hopefully complement the old ones and bring us into the 21st century.
Brilliant.
So we're going to really give it, like you say, like all the other bands. We can't wait. We're going to give 100%.
Yeah, fantastic.
We're going to give it some stick.
So, have you got any messages you want to send out to the fans then?
Well, all I can say is, thank you so much for sticking with Montreaux over the years, really, and new people who've come on board, not just for Montreaux, but for all the other bands. They're all great people. They really are great musicians. And it's so important that we all stick together through this time and get back on tour next year. Everybody get some tickets for Mearfest. Come and see us all play. There's some tremendous bands on. Darren, you're on as well, I believe, as doing a few spots.
Just to get everybody in the mood. Everybody in the mood for when you like to come on.
Well, all I can say is during this year, as you said, Darren, we haven't been sitting on our laurels. We've been writing material, we've been practicing at home, we've been sending work to each other over the internet. We ain't stopped. We ain't stopped, and we've got some really good stuff coming out on this new album. And the album is called The Ballad of Montreaux. And I'm so excited about it. I can't wait for next year. But thank you to everybody who supported us through this time. And we ain't going to let you down, guys. We ain't going to let you down.
Brilliant. Well, Rob, I want to thank you. And it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on DJ's Denim and Leather. Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, it's been a great pleasure. Thank you ever so much for having me on your show. Brilliant.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.